this, work on my perspective.
Wow.
Oh, all right. And
What colors did you start with?
I started with, I like to, I'm pretty literal. Cool shadows, warm light. So I mixed ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson. And I added a little green over here because I was putting those trees in. And I know I'm going to have some shadows on the, I'm going to include some of the water. And so, so I'd rather shorten the building. But anyway, we're going to, I don't feel like I have to paint this exactly as it is. I mean, it's a building, so it has to look like a building. It has to look like this building. But if somebody were to measure it, it's not going to be quite right. And that's just maybe I should just use a taller panel and get it perfect. But the things that I think are important are right up here, the flag and the top of the Wrigley building and this. So, all right. And so I like to stay pretty dark. And so what I was thinking today is that I would paint I like to put the little windows in the building. And so I was thinking, well, I'm going to paint them with a lot of turf, the dark areas, and hope they dry. And then I'm just going to try to scrape out to get the windows. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to put a lighter color over it, and hopefully they'll be dry, and I'll just scrape out. Yeah, I'll paint over it and then scrape. So hopefully that'll work. It might be what I do anyway, but I'm like making a conscious effort to do it. So today, but I like to get a little bit of the water in. So I'm gonna just put a little of that in, so I can sort of see, because I'll probably put the boats in. So it is sometimes these highlights, like the water or the light, I call dessert, and you really should wait for them, and I don't always wait for them. So, but like the beautiful color of the water down here. So it's starting to look like there's a river there. And I'm not going to paint the sidewalk, because I don't have to paint everything. And I know I've got this over here, there's a dark door. And I know I've got windows here. So you can guess what that is, right? The flag. So the colors, I use a lot of olive green, and I'm not sure why, but I use a lot of olive green, and I use cerulean and ultramarine, and I use this yellow green sometimes. It helps pop things. So, okay. Thanks for the prize. So one of the things I've been doing lately is I either come in with a rubber tip tool or a ballpoint pen, because I get excited and I just want to paint, and then I think, maybe you need to like really draw a few things in. And I sort of like the removal of the paint in the final painting anyway. So I'm going to just come in and sort of draw, you can see. So you can see it, right?
Yeah, you can see it.
And then this will be, yeah, and it just sort of helps me.
Is it the ballpoint pen with the pen point retracted?
No, it's out there.
It's out there? It
I'm not
doesn't.
sure if the ink works or not. It might,
Okay.
but it doesn't leave ink on the painting.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was so thin it wasn't going. Well, let's see. It goes through. I usually sign my paintings with this, but usually when there's thicker paint.
Uh-huh. No, it is she's taking paint out.
It's a rubber
With those.
tool, rubber tip tool that you can buy it, right?
Yeah. But right now she's using the ballpoint.
But you can also use,
Just
like
the rubber tip.
or a skinny marker that doesn't go.
I've got a little idea of the Tribune Tower and the Wrigley Tower here, Wrigley Building, and the flag. So the flag in my mind is dessert. You know, I want to put it in much sooner than it is. So I know, see the second building of the Wrigley Tower? I can see the light shining across it. So I know it's going to do it on the front where the flag is. There's not a lot of light. You can see some on the flag, but I know it's going to be much brighter than it is. This one's pretty soft. So I'm going to get at you can just scoop up the paint and apply it on. Okay? So, and I often use my brushes to mix, which probably isn't a good idea. So I'm going to mix up a brighter building color for the Wrigley building. And I'm just mixing ochre and Naples yellow. And that's not a real hot color. Maybe it needs even a little green in it. And I added a touch of it's a cad medium, it's a hue. But, and then my problem is I never mix enough, but that's the adventure. See what comes. And now I'm going to Neo McGilp. So I use Neo McGilp as a medium. I carry it in a tube. It comes in a bottle. So it's a gel. I don't need a cup or anything. So I'm going to start on the front of this building since it's one of the most important things. And I wish the light were fully on there, but I'm going to use my imagination a little bit. And I'm just going to start occupied my windows. So 1 on each side and then 3 in the middle. So that means I can put one right in the middle. Okay. So, and I often hold my brush sideways and brace my finger so that I can go all the way down the building. Rather than drawing a line down, I just sort of tap the and I'm going to lighten this up. I want it a little lighter, and I hate using white to really, because I want something to be hotter, but sometimes you have to. Okay. Okay, down at the bottom, I've got 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So,
Oh yeah, they continue. The columns continue down to the big windows.
4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2. So, right. I'll come back and we'll darken them or lighten them to show the sun there. And sometimes you don't want to just put a big light spot there. So, but it's starting to look like the building a little bit. So, let me see if I can sort of indicate. I'm going to just try so that I can show you of putting the paint on and then taking it off to show the windows. Okay? So I'm going to go, we'll see if I can do it this way. I'm willing to experiment. I'm willing to. Alright. I don't think I can. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to the top because I need some of those horizontal lines to make it look like the Wrigley building. And so I want to make sure those columns are in there because I don't have the proportions quite right, so I'm going to run into trouble. I do this every year. I start on something, it's like, I don't have room for everything. So, all right, we're going to. All right, so it might not match reality a lot, but. So over here, I'm going to just try to put in those windows that are along the side of the flag. So I'm putting in the building color, right? And now I'm going to see if I can. I have some darker colors underneath there. So now I'm going to use this tool. All right, and we're going to see if I can just pull out the color for the windows. This isn't how I normally do it, so it's an experiment for you and for me, right? No, it didn't dry enough. So you see it's pulling it out white. So it wasn't dry enough.